What's going on, boxing fans? So it is official, official. We've been hearing a lot of people throughout the last few weeks confirming, Cotto Canelo was happening. I think a lot of us knew that anyway, but today we got the official confirmation from both Rock Nation and Oscar De La Hoya that Miguel Cotto and Canelo Alvarez will face off November 21st live on HBO pay-per-view for the WBC Middleweight Championship of the World, and it will take place at the Mandalay Bay. And this is the fight we've been waiting for, man. I mean, we're coming off coming off of Mayweather Pacquiao, and like I mentioned in previous videos, this is the fight a lot of us waited years to see. We got it. A lot of us were underwhelmed, even though, you can argue whose fault that is. Some people blame both. Some people blame Manny. Some people blame Floyd. But Cotto Canelo is a fight that on both sides of the fence, whether you're a casual boxing fan who got turned off maybe from Mayweather Pacquiao, and just a hardcore fan that is dying to see this fight as well, this is going to be a big event. They're rolling out the red carpet for this one. They're going to do the multi-city tour. I'm here in New York, LA, Puerto Rico, Texas. And, when you think about the Mexico-Puerto Rico rivalry, I mean, this is a staple in boxing. It has been for quite some time now. I mean, as long as I've been following boxing, Mexico versus Puerto Rico has always been a hotbed for the sport. And when you look at the level of this fight between both guys, their fan bases, and how they represent their individual countries. Well, Puerto Rico's not a country per se, but I mean, not even gonna get to that. Both of their nations, it's only gonna equal for a monster promotion and the anticipation leading in, considering the style matchup that the styles that both guys are gonna bring to this fight. I don't think anything less than major fireworks is going to happen in this fight. I'm not going to go into detail about a prediction yet. We still got time, but the HBO is obviously going to do the 24/7. I'm really looking forward to that. Then they're talking now as far as putting Andre Ward on the undercard. I don't know how I feel about that. If I'm an Andre Ward fan or Andre Ward himself, it's not guaranteed, but it's something that they're heavily considering. As the undercard for the fight. Now, again, interestingly enough, it's at the Mandalay Bay. There was the two options that were given were the MGM Grand and the Thomas and Mack Center. Now, the Thomas and Mack Center, by many accounts, a lot of people don't like that venue, and that goes for media, fighters, everybody. Like, it's just for this level of a fight, the Thomas and Mack Center is not the place. The MGM Grand, on the other hand, is the premier, place as far as housing boxing on a big level, as far as pay-per-views are concerned. But I don't know to the validity of this, and it wouldn't make sense. But there was talks that they did not consider the MGM, or they didn't want to do it because of the fact that Floyd's picture is posted right up on the MGM Grand, and it's like, kind of conflict of interest, I guess. So the Mandalay Bay, though, is owned by the MGM, and I don't know if you guys remember this, but when Mayweather Pacquiao was being ushered in, like, the last few days, and they did that final press conference, Bob Arum just out of nowhere just started bigging up the Mandalay Bay, like, yeah, you should consider, that it's a great hotel, great hospitality. Meanwhile, the fight was at the MGM Grand. So the Mandalay Bay, it has been a hotbed for fights as well. I mean, there's, I believe Trinidad versus Vargas was at the Mandalay Bay. I mean, there's been a lot of fights at the Mandalay Bay, but this is a super fight, man. I mean, this is when you talk about the Mexico versus Puerto Rico rivalry, I gotta say, man, this is probably the next biggest one since Oscar versus Tito, because Cotto Margarito happened, and we obviously we saw what happened there. But when you talk about premier fighters, and Canelo's obviously got a huge fan base, Cotto's got a huge fan base. So, you know, like the old term says, you know, dollars make sense. And when talking about the payout for these guys, Jesus, man, Miguel Cotto is going to be making along the lines of 13 to 14 million guaranteed. They're saying 10 million plus, but based on what he's getting from Rock Nation, he's looking at around like 12, 13, 14 million guaranteed. And that's before the pay-per-view gate, sponsor, you know, the you know, back end money, if you will. And, you know, there's talks that Cotto could walk away with close to 25 to 30 million dollars when all is said and done. And Canelo's getting something like 6.5, which when all is said and done, he's probably going to be looking at 15, 16 million himself. So, again, man, huge money, huge event, a fight that I think both, like I said, both sides of the fence, the casual boxing fan and even the casual sports fan, if promoted right, and I think they're going to do a good job promoting this, people are going to get behind this fight. And as well as the boxing fans, I mean, this is a fight in a way that is kind of rare, because most of the pay-per-views we've been seeing as of late have been going into the fight noted as one-side affairs. This, quite honestly, whether you're picking Canelo, whether you're picking Cotto, this is as 50-50 as you can get, and I think is what makes the fight so intriguing. And I think the build-up is going to be that exciting because, you know, I have a feeling of who I think is going to win, but I'm not 100% sure. And I can guarantee you, when I make my prediction for this fight, I'm likely not going to be 100% sure the night of the fight. And even me saying that, I love it, because that's something that I think is missing in boxing. And I think it has to do with the fact that the best of the best aren't matched up enough to where we could feel like that in every fight. So Cotto Canelo for the WBC middleweight championship. Now, you know, a lot of people are bitching about that, being that the fight is a 155-pound catch weight. I have my opinions about that, but like somebody mentioned in an article, I forgot who wrote this article. I think the catch weight is something that is nothing that's gonna make this fight any less attractive and or exciting once the bell rings. I think both guys are okay with 155. Cotto's not a legit middleweight. Canelo likely will be a middleweight after this fight, win or lose. I mean, he hasn't made 154 in like 2 years. Cotto he made 153 in his last fight, so they're about even a little bit. I think, you know, Canelo's a little bigger than him, or might be a little bigger than him on fight night. But man, I'm geeked, man. I mean, this is, I mean, to cap off a year. I mean, we have Mayweather Pacquiao, regardless of what you thought about it. Okay, we're getting that, and we're getting Cotto Canelo in the same year, man. So like when people talk all this shit about boxing's dead and all of this, again, man, like it's further proof that this sport is going nowhere. And this is a premier fight. This is a fight that, again, man, like I think, and it's already happened. I got phone calls today about like, yo, Cotto Canelo's gonna happen, you know, from just like my regular casual boxing fan friends who just want to see a good fight. So November 21st, man, we're gonna be talking about it more this Monday night on the GYGB Boxing Podcast with myself, Cole Train, Ride or Die, Docs, and Sleep. Totally amped, man. So let me know what you think of the fight. Let me know if you have predictions already as far as who you think is going to win this fight. And I'll be making my prediction video down the line. The fight's not till November. There's still a lot to go over. And like I said, man, I'm mad excited. So as I always say, subscribe, hit the links, tune in Monday night, talkshoe.com. Just search GYGB, 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. We're going to be discussing this fight, the lead up to the fight, and obviously leading into November, we're going to be touching up on it. Chances are like every week, every other week, as we keep getting news. So as I always say, subscribe, hit the links, tune in Monday night, and I'll see you soon. Peace.